Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I hope you had an awesome weekend. I think I just had a problem with my microphone there, but hopefully, I've got some sound on it now. Right, on Friday, I showed my personal haul, and it was a little bit on the big side, so I didn't do anything, but I have done a few paper cuts. And also, I got four new stamps. So, with the two stamps that I showed you last week, and with my four new stamps, which I'll show you in a minute, I'll get the stamp platform out and stamp those, and we'll see how they stamp. Right, so first up, my paper cuts. And the first one I'm going to share is the gorgeous background. I just cut it on some pretty watercolour cardstock. I just absolutely love that. I think that can be used all year round, and it can go any way round. And if I can get in close, there you go. You can see all the lovely stitched embossing. So that was one that I shared with you. The next one I did was a spiky flower, and I used my metallic watercolors just to do that. It's really delicate, and you can cut the stem off where you want it, or you can just remove it altogether and have lots of little sort of dandelion type spiky flowers. And it does layer, and you can fill all these bits up, so you can have some real fun with that, and I just absolutely love it. So that's the other one that I cut out. The other one was my lucky clover. I just love the shape and the stitching on this, and I've just put one stem on there. And I was a bit naughty. The stem should have gone to the back, but I sandwiched it between the two layers, and you can see a bit of it there. But I also cut the smaller one, and if you lay that on top, you could create some fantastical flowers with it if you wanted to. But it also comes with a good luck that you can have like that, or you can piece the whole word back in so that it's more apparent as good luck. So I did that one, and then I had to do one of the little pockets. So I did that one, and I just love the way it cuts out. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Really love it. And if I just grab my scissors, I will. I've got a sheet of craft cardstock here, so it might not be the neatest thing that I'm doing. I'm just hacking a piece off so that you can see. If you want to, you can change the colour. I hope I cut it the right size. Knowing me, I didn't. So you can change the colour behind the window if you want to. But I just absolutely love it. It's very Moroccan Oriental looking, just really pretty. So I cut that one out. So that's the next one. And then I cut out the first doily set, and you can see how lovely that is. I haven't poked that one out yet. That's going to drive me nuts, so I've got to get that out. Where's my poke tool? My poke tool was around here somewhere. Ooh, yeah. I'll put my thumb on that and take it out after. I've left another one in there. Isn't that terrible? Ooh, that one's rolling out. Oh, there you go. It is a very, very pretty doily, and you get the little one as well. And because of the way it cuts, if you want to, you can fluff the edges up, and they're sort of leafy, sunflowery. Hope you can see that. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous set. Absolutely love it. So I cut that one out. And then what else have I got here? Oh yeah, those wibbly wobbly tags. I just love them. So they can either go together or they can go separately. But I just love the shape, and I love the stitching. Hope you can see those. Ooh, there we go. It's like little dots all the way around. Just really, really lovely. So I cut that one out. And then I cut the other doily set out. But what I did with this was I ran it forwards and I ran it back. And I don't know if you can see it, but sometimes when you do that and you haven't fastened your die down, it will ghost it, like you've double stamped, and you'll get like a little bit of a frayed edge. So when you're running forwards and backwards, try and get things stuck down. but I just think it's so pretty. All of those pop up, and then with that one that comes with it, all the little holes pop out. I mean, you can use that for a tag and just put your sentiment there. Just a really quick tag if you want to. I just love that. Well, I do love my doilies. So I cut those out, and then next up, I cut out the lace envelope that comes with the little panels, and it cuts out absolutely perfectly. I put a little piece of butterfly on that one and just cut two of the back panels out. It comes with, I think it's 4 or 5 little panels that you can layer up to pop inside of your envelope. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it, really do. I just think it's so pretty. You can get 2 or 3 of those going down a planner page if you wanted to, or just pop it on the outside of a card. It will fit a gift card, and I think I did measure it last week, but just so that you know, it's 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So, you know, if you were doing a pretty card and you wanted to put a gift card inside, perfect way to do it. So I cut that one out, and then I cut this set out, which I think is absolutely fabulous. And this is the wreath, and you can have the leaf portion at the top or at the bottom, and it does flip up. I mean, it's entirely up to you, and you can colour it all in if you want to. But that's the other leaf wreath that comes with it, and that's what I had problems saying last week. Leaf wreath, yeah. So that fluffs up as well, and I'll just put a little bit of metallic cardstock onto that. But that is just going to look gorgeous just with flowers on it. You know, it's just so pretty. But it comes as a set, and such a lovely size. You know, you could, oh yeah, you could actually have like the stem of your flowers running down into that leaf there. But I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. Really love it. Right, I am going to pause. I'm going to get my stamp platform, and let's have a look at these new stamps and see if they work. Right, so I've got my stamp platform, and I've got my VersaFine Claire, and I've got my scruffy piece of foam down there, which I always keep on there because I just like to get a good stamp every time. And if it doesn't stamp with the foam, then you know you've got an absolute rubbish stamp. Now, these have got their barcodes on the outside, so they're not so apparent, which is why I'm going to stamp them. But they will fit mini slim lines, or they will fit. The reason that I got them, hang on a second. Yeah, I've already showed you this, but if you look, the stamps will fit these long label bookmark dies that I shared from my personal haul a few weeks ago. So that's basically why I got them, because I just like to keep making them. I just love them. So, and I do love that stamp, yes. So that's basically why I got them, but they do fit a mini slimline. So I've got 4 of those, and they are all flowers. But these are the 2 that I showed from my haul last week that I didn't stamp. And actually, I can't find these anyway. I mean, if you find them, at least you'll know if they work or not. But I've got my platform. I've got some card stock all cut up. So I'm just separating a sheet. And I'm just going to open my platform without whacking the camera above it. Right, so let's put the cardstock in there and stick that down. And I'm going to open the girly stamps that I got last week and find out if these not cut, if they stamp. This is what happens, you see, first thing in the morning. Right. Just drop my ruler on the floor. Right, let's take the back off here and see what we've got. Let's do the girly first. I do like this set. I got it because I want to be able to do pockets. Now, I'm going to try and move that into the picture as far as possible. And VersaFine Claire doesn't really matter. But you'll find that this ink gives the crisp clean lines and image. So let's pop that down. Minimal pressure. Like I say, I want to know if this stamp works or not. And I can see there that I didn't apply enough pressure. And as I said, it is a kind of like journal-y type stamp. So let's have a look at that. So that works. That's a little girl. And you'd have to colour the face in for that one, really, to make it visible. I am going to pull them out so you can see them the right way around in a second. And so the next one I want to do is I want to do the windmill. And I also want to do the kite. So I'm going to put both of those down. I'm peeling them off with one hand. So I've got the kite. And I'm also going to get the little paper aeroplanes. These are tiny. Let's see how these work. I do like little stamps like that. They're great for popping onto page turning tabs and stuff. So I'm just going to lift the lid. I'm going to ink that again. And we'll find out the depth of these stamps and if they can all stamp together. Now I have to say that even with expensive stamps you can find that they're not always even and you have to stamp them individually, if you know what I mean. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, I've got a little bit of kite missing, but that fixed it. So I'm going to say that those are successful. I do love that little windmill, love that sketchy kite, and these little airplanes are absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you can use those little details on just about anything. But I'm just going to pause while I take the packaging off the others. Right, so the next one I'm going to do is the bubble wrap stamp that I didn't do. And when I'm doing a big stamp, I like to put it down flat and just ink it. And then I put the paper on top of the stamp. I'm pretty sure this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. And of course you could do it in whatever colour you want, or you could use the Ranger Lift ink if you're doing alcohol inks, and you can lift your alcohol ink. So that's basically what I do. I just put my sheet of paper down and I rub it over, and because you're using your hands you're pretty much guaranteed a good print. So this is a nice one for putting on the jelly plate as well, for lifting off paint. So let's have a look at that. There you go. Perfect stamp. You can go in that with all kinds of colours if you've stamped it. Or as I say, use some lift ink and lift it away from alcohol ink to get a really pretty design. So I really like that one. That works. Right, pause again and get the platform. Right, I'm hoping I can get 2 of these stamps onto each sheet of paper. And I'm totally all fingers and thumbs today because I just dropped that stamp on the floor. And I'm trying to figure out which way around this goes. I think I've got this the right way. This one is a blossom stamp. So I'm just going to put that up there in case I need to stamp it a second time. Just versifying Claire again, making sure I don't hit the camera. And this should give you a lovely fine outline for watercolouring using pencils or even markers. Personally, I intend to, when I use it, stamp it onto watercolour cardstock and watercolour it. So let's see what kind of image we get here. I'm just doing medium pressure just to see what I've got. I'm going to lift that up. Nope. So a little bit more pressure. I have got one of those stamp tools. Why I'm not using it, I do not know. Right, so I've got an issue here. So I'm going to stamp that again on that side because I can see it hasn't taken the ink up. I'm going to go down again. Find out what's going on there. Nope. Now that is not taking any ink at all. Hang on just 1 second. Right, so now I've got my stamp tool and just see if it's my strength, but it doesn't feel to me like it's making contact with the paper, but I may be wrong. Have a look now. No. I mean, it's improved slightly, but not much. Now, if this is one of those stamps that I've got to get out and lay flat, to make it work, let's have a look. Right, you can see that that area to the right is totally missing, or shall I say the area to the left is totally missing. And I'm looking at the shape of the stamp here, and all of that image should be there, so I'm going to peel that off. So this is why it's always important to get demos of things. I'm just going to lay that down. I'm going to move my stamp platform. I'm going to go in with some ink while it's flat on the table. You can see I'll put plenty on there. And now you can see that's the stamp platform one. Now I'm going to put this down on here and do it with my hands. Now if that doesn't stamp with my hands, then that's going to be terrible. So let's lift that up. Right, okay. So now you can see it. And that is a pansy stamp. So now that I know that, that is how I'm going to be using that stamp. I'm just going to go straight to the table with it. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the other two as well. Or shall I say 3. This one I've already tried, and I know that this stamps in a stamp platform. But just, you know, for the sake of time, I'm just going to put them all down together. I'm just going to line them up. And let's see if those will fit onto here. Yeah, so it's going to have to be 2. I'm going to stamp those on the table. And I have to say that this is a great way to stamp for doing stamps like this for anyone that has problems with their hands, which is why I originally decided to do it, because I do love my old woodblock stamps, but I just do not have the strength in my hands to get a good, clean, crisp image each and every time anymore. Now, if you want to do that, then, you know, you can. But I prefer to feel it with my hands. And then hold that sheet. And then just feed it with your hands. Yeah, woodblock stamps, I absolutely love them. But you don't always get a good image. There you go. So that's that one. That's the correct way around for that one. I did this one upside down. And that one says love in script. And then you've got the cherry blossoms. Right, the last one is the tulip. And I'm just going to put that down flat to the desk as well. And I'll go and clean them afterwards. So this one is a tulip, and I'm going to pop it up there so that you can see it. I'm going to ink that up. And this one looks really nice actually. Got a sheet of cardstock. And I'm just going to lay it down. and just feel it with my fingers. And I think that's it. So there we have the tulip. Getting close there. So it is a really lovely stamp. And it's got tulips on the side of it. So as I said, I intend to use these on watercolour cardstock, and I intend to watercolour them because I just think that will suit them. But if you do get that stamp, or if you've already ordered that stamp and you find that it's not working for you, I mean, it could just be the pressure in my hands, you know, then all you need to do is just pop it down flat on your work surface, put your sheet of cardstock on top and just run your hand over it. And there you get a perfect image. Right. I thank you so much for watching me today, and I am going to be up tomorrow with the Eiffel Store dies that I showed on Thursday last week. That's me and my memory trying to work overtime. And I thank you so much for joining me today. I will be up with some more cuts from my haul, and if I get any new ones on Friday. And I can tell you that on Wednesday will be a design team haul from Panalisa. Right, once again, thank you so much for joining me today. And as usual, all links below. Have a wonderful day. Bye.